Blessed afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Brewing Live, all new season episode number 169 for mental preparedness in the new landscape of living amidst challenges of our present time. Brewing Live is a community service of Decaf Coffee Republic, our coaching hub and home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines. In partnership with Life Coach Philippines, our heart here as game changers is to brew mental fitness in your space and help nurture holistic mental health for you and the people that matters to you. So shout out to all my fellow kindred coaches serving in this corner of the digital space and advancing life coaching ethically and authentically. So, giving is a lifestyle that never goes out of style. So, I encourage all of you, to expand your heart today by supporting the works that we do and blessing Decaf Coffee Republic with your food and beverage order. We have delicious vegan meals, fresh guyabano and mango juice, no calorie sugar replacement syrup, pita chips, and mushroom chicharron for easy switch to healthy eating. We invite you also to join our hashtag Save One campaign against diabetes. Check out our organic insulin wine and tea and know more about sugar regulator products to help fight the debilitating symptoms of diabetes. For your favorite and classic comfort food, we offer sausage platter, waffles, pies, cakes, fraps, and milkshakes. Check uh, Please check our FB page for the menu of sumptuous meals and refreshing drinks, or connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661 to bring Decaf Coffee Republic experience in your space through order for pickup and delivery. We are open from 12 noon to 12 midnight for your dine-in experience. For other ways to support our uh, community works, you may give us some stars or love gift through fund transfer. Just check the caption. There's the caption there of this video for bank and info and GCash account or GCash account. If you just joined us, welcome, 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 and thank you for being here. You may circulate the link of this video to invite your friends to watch with you. You may also tag them in the comment below and give them some shout out, encouragement, motivation, and best, just acknowledge and express gratitude. As for me, let me give my shout out to fellow model collectors inside B Learning Society by Master Coach A. If you're not yet a smart holder of B Learning e-card and you're still missing all the perks that we enjoy, today is the best time to take action. Connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661 to join the B Learning Society, the tent maker of B-Learning homes for mental fitness. Enjoy 5% food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic and get full access to Mental Model Masterclass by Master Coach A happening every fourth Saturday of the month, plus benefit from the 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. This month's Mental Model Masterclass is scheduled on December 18, this Saturday, instead of December 25, because we want you to celebrate December 25, Christmas Day. And so instead of the fourth Saturday of the month, it was moved by Master Coach A to the third day for just for this month, December 18 at 7 p.m. So Master Coach A will teach us on Reinvention Mental Model Masterclass. For more information and registration assistance, connect with Coach Rizal through 0917-586-1661. Moving on, for today's episode, I will be sharing how I define courage. Please do tag your friends, forward this video link, and invite others to join our conversation on mental preparedness. Once again, I'm Life Coach Cherry Minas. I'm a certified life coach. I'm a chemical engineer by profession, and I work as a salesperson for laboratory equipment. So there, I have been a life coach for 3 years now, and yeah, learning about mental preparedness, mental health for 2 years, starting from starting from the eruption of Taal volcano. From there to to when the pandemic happened and all these changes happened, I continuously learn with Master Coach A about mental health and mental preparedness. And that is why I am here in front of you, you know, as I actually share about my thoughts about what I learned about mental preparedness. So if you are watching this on a replay, comment in the uh, comment below hashtag replay and do send us a message if you wish to connect with any points that resonates with you. We would actually appreciate you sending us a message that, yeah, I resonate with that. This is what I think about what you said. So you may find the YouTube link where you can watch the replay of all the episodes of Brewing Live in the caption of this video. Please do follow and subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified when new learning videos becomes available. So there, how are you today? What is it that made you courageous? Or how do you define courage? So I have some questions to start our conversation defining courage. What is courage to you? Number one, what is courage to you? And who is that person that models courage? And for you, what are the things that you do day from day to day that you believe needs you to become courageous in order for you to do that? So these are three questions that you can answer. You can get a pen and paper, and actually, it's better to get a pen and paper and answer those questions so that you'll set your hearts and your mind and your body when we talk about how you define courage. So yeah, let's start. Let's start with this quote from Aristotle. He said, "You will never do anything in this world without courage. It is the greatest quality of the mind next to honor." So, how do you see that in your life? Sometimes, when I talk to people, they would say that that person is very courageous. That's a courageous thing to do. So, who are the people in your life that shows courage to you? That that you believe that lives what the meaning of courage is. Like they just don't say they are courageous, but they live courage. So, who are these people? And if you are that person, what are the things that make you courageous? So, there is a courageous hero. This is my belief. There is a courageous hero inside every ordinary man that includes you and me, the one who does the right thing at the crucial time. And I believe this is the best definition of courage. When you do the right thing at the crucial time. Because sometimes we believe, and because of our ego, we justify what we did, that what we did is right. But actually, if we have that courage, if we urge that courage, if we say yes to our courage, we're going to do the right thing in that crucial time. Sometimes that crucial time is just uh, a second, a second to decide, a second to turn around, a second to make a U-turn. But the question is, did you make that courageous decision to do the right thing? So that's one definition for me. And before we continue about my definition and about the definitions from great people that I've learned from, let's look at how we define courage. Because sometimes we have different definition, but we want to actually show it, we want to state it, we even want to write it for us to see, this is courage for me. Para ma-define natin in detail what really is courage for us. So there. What is courage actually? So let's start off from the Bible. There are actually many um, many verses in the Bible where you can find courage, and there are people who actually show courage in the Bible. So let's start off from 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7. It says, for God had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So, yeah, again, the Bible is full of example of courage. So, prominent figures work through feelings of inadequacy, bullying, and the fear of failure, but still they master that courage to do something, to follow what God um, told us them to do, their mission, to do their mission despite of inadequacy, of them feeling that they are inadequate, them being bullied, them being persecuted, and them having the fear of failure. Again, sabi nga nila, courage is not the absence of fear, but actually overcoming that fear, and that is courage. 'Di ba pag natatakot ka, hindi ibig sabihin na kapag courageous ka, wala kang fear. Kundi you are overcoming your fear despite the fear that you have, you're overcoming it, you do it anyway. That's when you have courage. So fear is a natural thing because without fear there is no courage actually. So there. So sino yung mga tao in the Bible that you remember that emulate um, being courageous? People in the Bible who had the courage. So some examples are Moses, Esther, Mother Mary, Mother Mary, kung maalala niyo yung story ng the wedding at Cana. So yan, kung maalala niyo yun, may courage dun si Mama Mary, courage to tell her son na wala ng wine. So there. So what else? Who else? Who are the people in the Bible that you see and you will say na may courage that they did something right at the crucial time. So there. So further, let's examine what they had in common as defined by Google Dictionary. So thank you, Uncle Google. So ito yung mga definition ng courage and see where you actually resonate. Number one is courage is the ability to do something that frightens you. Meron ka bang ganon? Next, courage is strength in the face of pain and or grief. Grief, pag nawalan ka, di ba, nag-grieve ka. If you lost someone, nag-grieve ka. Still, you have the strength to face that grief and that pain. Next is courage is the ability to act on one's belief despite danger or disapproval. So do you resonate with that? Courage is the moral strength in the face of danger. So saan dun sa mga definition na yun ka nagre-resonate? So sabi nga ni Todo, courage isn't the absence of fear but an urgent impulse to do something despite of fear. And sabi nung writer natin na si Joyce Meyer, courage is moving forward even when you feel afraid. So do you have moments in your life where you actually felt na um, fearful, where you actually felt na magfi-fail ka but you still actually move forward? So how does courage help us overcoming fear? How do you overcome fear? Through courage. So what if ito yung mga thoughts na masasabi ko na, to choose courage over fear. So what if the greatest opportunities ahead are wrapped in the things that scares you the most? Sabi ni Corey Leibovitz, don't let fear keep you from greatness. So, 'di ba? This is choosing between living a mediocre life and a great life. Pursuing your passion, pursuing your mission, doing the works for your mission in staying mediocre. So it takes courage to become a great person than staying a mediocre person. Sometimes alam mo yung mga tao, yung ibang tao sinasabi natin na, wow, grabe sila, sana all, na-achieve niya nila yun. Pero if you actually look at their life, if you interview these people, that's why it's really good to actually look at, alam mo yung, um, i-microscope mo yung life ng mga great people, people that you have admired, and see how they became courageous. They are not perfect. May mga failures sila, but despite that, nag-vacation sila from perfection, nag-vacation sila from self-beating, they still continued, and that is what made them great people. So, um, this is an encouragement that despite all these things that is happening, mental preparedness nga, in the future, magkakaroon pa ng changes. Maraming mangyayari in the future. Pero do you have the courage to actually reinvent yourself, reinvent your beliefs? So if you want to know more about reinvention, kasi maraming pagbabagong mangyayari in the future, join us dun sa Reinvention Mental Model Masterclass on Saturday. So what are your thoughts about that? Next is sabi naman ni Catherine McKennitt, every time I witness a strong person, I want to know what darkness did you conquer in your story. So, yun nga, yung sabi ko, minsan nakikita natin yung ibang tao, nilalagay natin siya sa pedestal na, wow, grabe, ang galing-galing niya, iba siya, may special power siya, ganun yung tingin natin. Pero actually, they are the same. We are all the same. We are all the same. Yun nga lang, magkakaiba tayo ng character. Halimbawa, yung courage. Yung courage is pwede mong gamitin. Pero ang tanong kasi is, pinakinggan mo ba yung courage? Courage is calling. Pinakinggan mo yung courage and did you say yes to that courage? And did you take a stand to actually follow what is right, to do what is right in that very moment? Sabi nga, mountains do not rise without earthquakes. So, ibig sabihin, may pag-alog na nangyari sa loob mo. Meron kang kinonquer. Pag kinonquer mo nga yung ego mo, that's courage. Courage needs you to become vulnerable. And from that, you can create mountains. Meron kang, meron kang kailangan isurpass. Meron kang kailangan i-push. Ipupush mo yung sarili mo. Kumbaga, it takes energy for you to become courageous. And are you taking that? Are you saying yes to that courage? Ang ganda nito, no? So, yung inspiration natin is, if you want to create mountain, again, and if you see people who are great, na in logic, equate natin sa mountain, they do not rise without some shaking inside. These mountains do not rise without earthquakes. So how are you seeing that in your life? How are you paano ka nakaka-relate at paano mo tinitignan yung courage na 'to sa life mo? So kung nakakita ka ng isang taong courageous, hindi mo sasabihin na, "Wow, ang galing-galing niya, sana all." Kundi mag-reflect ka sa sarili mo na, "How can I do that? Kung siya kaya niya, I believe kaya ko din." So, I will share the 6 types of courage na nakuha ko na natutunan ko din sa Lion's Whisker. Kasi minsan yung courage, 'di ba nag-define na tayo ng courage, pero minsan at madalas ang courage na tinitignan natin is yung physical courage. Pero meron palang 6 types of courage na isa-isahin natin today. So, first is yung physical courage. Yung physical courage is yung courage that most of us would think of first. So, ang courage na 'to, ang physical courage is the bravery at the risk of bodily harm or death. It involves developing physical strength, resiliency, and awareness physically. If you'd like to watch an inspirational example of physical courage, read some inspiring parenting tips. Um, para malaman mo kung ano yung physical courage, 'di ba? So, yon. Next natin, hindi lang tayo may physical courage kundi meron din tayong tinatawag na social courage. Ano naman yung social courage? So ang social courage is also very familiar to most of us as it involves the risk of social embarrassment or exclusion, unpopularity or rejection. Ito yung kahit sa harap ng maraming tao, kahit ngayon mag-post ka lang sa Facebook mo, 'di ba? Mag-post ka lang ng thoughts mo sa Facebook mo, puwede kasi maraming may mga taong mag-disagree sa sinabi mo, 'di ba? Pero yun kasi yung thought mo, yun yung natutunan ko, eh. We can talk naman. So if you have that, kahit naisip mo and may possibility talaga na merong kokontra sa sinabi mo, you still post that, you still speak up in front of these people, then that is social courage. Kasi ito yung thoughts ko. So I'm just going to speak out because I believe that these people needs to know my thought. This is what I thought and I believe someone can learn from me. Pero hindi lahat ng tao mag-a-agree sa sinabi mo. Meron nga, yung grammar mo lang papansinin pa. So, 'di ba, that is social courage. Next is, meron tayong tinatawag na intellectual courage. So, tingnan mo sa sarili kung meron ka nitong lahat ng ito na 6 types of courage. Ano naman si intellectual courage? This speaks to your willingness to engage with challenging ideas, to question our thinking, kahit sarili mong thinking and thinking ng iba, and to the risk of making mistakes. So, ang ganda nito 'no, related din siya sa mental model. It means discerning and telling the truth. Oh, naalala ko si Saint Ignatius of Loyola kasi discernment ito, eh. So, it mean again, ang intellectual courage means discerning and telling the truth. Oh, kasali pala yun sa intellectual courage. If you'd like, to know more about that, then we can talk. What is intellectual courage for you and paano mo siya nakikita sa sarili mo? And are you intellectually courageous? Yan ang tanong. Next natin is yung moral courage. Ano naman si moral courage? This involves doing the right thing particularly when risk involves shame, opposition, or the disapproval of others. So, paano sila nagkakaiba ni social courage? Si social courage, yung um, social siya, social embarrassment, or exclusion, unpopularity, or rejection. So, si moral courage, meron din kasi siyang gano'n. Si moral courage naman involves shame, opposition, or the disapproval of others. Here, we enter into the ethics naman and integrity, the resolution to match word in action with values and ideals. Ito yung moral courage, yung kung ano ba yung sinabi mo, yun din ba yung ina-act mo. So, halimbawa, pag sinabi ko, I honor this person, kung honorable ka, when you say you're honorable, do you actually act honorable? So, yun yung moral courage. So, again, 'pag moral courage, it involves ethics and integrity, the resolution to match word and action with values and ideals. So, pagma-match din ng yung mga ginagawa mo ba, ano siya, align siya sa values mo and sa ideals mo. So, dito sa moral courage, it involves, yung paniniwala mo versus yung paniniwala ng ibang tao. Kahit nga kapamilya mo, minsan magkaiba kayo ng morals. So, do you still have the courage? Do you have that courage to actually stand up and do what say and do what is aligned to your values and ideals? So, next natin, the fifth is emotional courage. So, this type of courage opens us to feeling the full spectrum of positive emotions at the risk of encountering the negative ones. So, ito nga yung ang encouragement natin dito is courage. Halimbawa, courage to feel weak, to have to having that emotion of weakness, to having that emotion of helplessness, to having that emotion of anger. 'Di ba? May courage ka to feel joyful, to feel grateful, to have the emotions of happiness. Pero alam mo din at tanggap mo at kaya mong mag-go through na pwede kang magalit. And kapag nagalit ka, hindi ka maninira ng ibang tao, hindi ka maninira ng sarili mo, hindi ka maninira ng mga bagay-bagay. And courage is kung alam mo na may happiness, merong sadness that you have to go through that. Kasi a lot of us, for negative emotions, we tinatakasan natin. Kasi kakaiba yung feeling, eh. Meron siyang, alam mo yun, physiology, physical manifestation na, bakit ganito yung pakiramdam? At gusto mo ng takasan yun, ayaw mo nun. Kaya 'di ba minsan, 'wag mo akong ginagalit, ayoko magalit kasi gagawin ko 'to, 'di ba? We say that. But what does that tell us? Meron ka bang emotional courage na kahit alam mong magagalit ka, kahit you are sad, you're still going to choose what is right. You're still going to do what is, aligned to your values. So yun yung emotional courage. Kaya ba natin? Are you emotionally courageous na kaya mong i-open yung sarili mo at feel the emotions, the full spectrum of positive emotions, and encountering as well the negative emotions because those are part of life. Hindi pwedeng positive lang lagi. So, yan. Next natin in the last but not the least is the spiritual courage. Meron din palang spiritual courage. Ano naman yung spiritual courage? This fortifies us when we grapple with questions about faith, purpose, and meaning either in a religious or non-religious framework. So, paano mo ba yung nakikita? Meron ka bang gano'n? Natanong mo ba? 'Di ba minsan yung ang hirap ng buhay, feeling mo helpless ka na at wala ka ng malapitan. Meron ka ba, nagtatanong ka ba na do you question your faith? Do you question, is there God really present in my life? So, yon. Are you spiritually courageous to hold on to your faith even if hindi mo kita yung end of the tunnel? Kahit na ang dilim-dilim at hindi mo pa nakikita yung end of the tunnel. Meron ka bang spiritual courage to hold on to that faith na kahit ang hirap sasabihin mo na, "I'll continue because this is my purpose." So, yeah, these are, the 6 types of courage accordingly that I've learned from Lion Whiskers. And if you want to know more about this one, let's have a conversation. So, I invite you for a conversation. So, yun. So, moving on, I would like to share with you some tips that you can take, small steps that you can take every day for you to build your courage, especially kung alam mo yun, medyo you live nga in mediocrity na ito na lang, ayaw mong magalaw, ayaw mong magkaroon ng earthquake. So, kunyari walang nangyayari, ito na lang tayo, ayaw mo nang mag-grow. But you know and you feel in your heart na may nagtatawag sa'yo na, "Hey self, have courage." Courage is calling, sabi nga nung libro ni Ryan Holiday. So sabi niya, courage is calling. Is courage calling you to actually come out and be yourself? Haha, it takes courage. And courage, again, needs you to become vulnerable. Haha. So yan. And courage tells you to actually um, alam mo yun, i-work out yung ego mo. Haha. So, do you have those? So, here, I have here some 3 steps that I learned from IDEO that you can actually take so that you can work up to build your courage. Because yes, sabi nga ulit, balikan natin sinabi ni Aristotle na wala kang magagawa sa world kung wala kang magagawa sa world kung wala kang courage. So, you need courage in your life. So, step 1 is sagutin mo 'to, maghanap ka. And ito nagsa-start lagi siya sa awareness. What fears are holding you back? So, ano ba yung mga fear mo? So, halimbawa, ang fear mo is, I'm not comfortable asking questions during this meeting. Kasi baka pagtawanan ako, baka mali yung tanong ko, tapos parang baka sabihin nila ang weird ko, parang hindi ko ba yun alam, napakasimpleng tanong? Maybe that's your fear. So again, step 1, ask yourself, what fears are holding you back? And maybe pwede mo siyang gawin na isa-isa araw-araw. Or in a week, isa yung gusto mong i-workout hanggang sa ma-develop mo siya. So ano yung fear mo na gusto mong i-workout? What is that fear that is holding you back? That's step one. Step two is do one small action to confront the fear. So mamili ka ano yung step or small action mo na gagawin mo para i-confront yung fear mo. So halimbawa nga, hindi ka komportable na magtanong 'pag may meeting kasi marami kang iniisip, baka. Ang gagawin mo, next time na may meeting, ang small action step mo is ask one question sa meeting na yon. Kahit isa lang. Huwag mo nang pag-isipan, huwag mo nang i-overthink, basta mag-ask ka lang. Okay, whatever the result is. 'Di ba minsan masyado tayong, "Ay baka ganito, ganyan." Tapos 'pag ginawa mo, ay hindi naman pala sila tumawa or hindi naman nila ako minak. So 'pag naman yung alam mo yun, yung pag-overthink mo yun yung nangyari, gano'n talaga, it's part of life, 'di ba? Or sometimes you can be surprised with the people. So ngayon, alam mo na you can trust people in that meeting because they did not laugh at and actually the person na leading the meeting, sinagot ka ng maayos. Step three, have others hold you accountable. So maganda 'to, accountability partner. Share your action, with at least one colleague or sa mga life coach. Maghanap ka ng life coach, share your action para ma-encourage ka to do things along the way. At para ngayong step 2, halimbawa 'pag pinagtawanan ka, ma-process natin 'yon. Ah, para makita natin kung ano yung thoughts mo, ano yung emotions mo. Kasi baka kapag tanong ka tapos tumawa sila or nangyari yung dreaded thing na ayaw mong mangyari sa buhay mo, at least someone will hold you. Someone will hold the rope with you. So those are small things that you can do to actually build up your courage moving on in your life. So yon. I hope you were encouraged with that one. So for me, how I define courage is have courage, have courage to be you. Have the courage to be honest with yourself. Ano ba talaga naramdaman ko? Gusto ko ba talaga maging mediocre? Or I want to start living a courageous life? So halimbawa 'pag nasaktan ka, nagtanong ka nga at nasaktan ka, be honest with yourself, sabihin mo, "Nasaktan ako dun. Bakit kaya ako nasaktan?" Ang courage is kailangan mo to work on yourself para ma-improve mo yung sarili mo. Na hindi mo papanindigan yung mga mali mong ginagawa, na hindi ka mag-hold on sa ego mo na isi-save ka niya. Courage ang kailangan mo to go over all those things. You need courage to be honest with yourself na, ito talaga siya. And because I want to grow, I will I will be courageous to stand up for myself. Stand up against enemy, stand up to enemies, and even to myself and to my friends. Kasi minsan yung sarili mo, meron siyang sinasabi, dapat ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Pero alam mo na mali yun. Alam mo yun, yung old self mo or that self na lagi kang hinihila pababa. Stand up to that self of yours na hindi ikakabuti ng sarili mo. And yeah, it takes vulnerability to become courageous. So yeah, I hope you've learned something from this very short discussion of what courage is. Because if you really want to become a person na alam mo yung pinanindigan mo yung tama at you have lived your purpose in life, if you want to look back in your life na, oh, I did this, you need courage. Instead of you living a mediocre life, you need courage to actually do the things to live that mediocre life. So, ang I leave you with a question today. Ano yung what is that thing that you will do something about? What is the thing that you are fearful that you have that you need courage about and work out on that kahit isa lang. kahit isa araw-araw. So I leave you with these reflective questions that you can take para, alam mo yun, para hindi, ah, para hindi naman sayang yung pinag-usapan natin ngayon. Okay, so these are your questions. How do you show courage during a typical day? During a typical conversation with a colleague, let's say. Number two, what does it mean to take responsibility for your own action? Number three, question, why does acting responsibly often require courage? So I leave you with those questions that you can take from today and reflect on how are you seeing and how are you living courage in your life. So sabi nga ni Brene Brown, courage is contagious. Every time we choose courage, we make everyone around us a little better and the world a little braver. So that for me is a really beautiful encouragement for me to become courageous. So I'll read that again for you and I hope you'll be inspired by this. Courage is contagious. Every time we choose courage, we make everyone around us a little better and the world a little braver. So, yes, I hope you've learned something from this. If you have questions, if you want to talk more about courage, if you want to build up courage in your life, connect with me, connect with the other coaches here to see how you can be helped. Okay, so thank you for joining me today and supporting the advancement of mental fitness. Mental Preparedness Talk at Decaf Coffee Republic is back. Do join us every Saturday at 4 p.m. And if you are interested about trauma and ways to heal, I invite you to attend the Trauma Masterclass of series of Master Coach A. And her next class is happening this month, December 17, that is on Friday, and it will focus on trauma as a big threat to your emotional well-being. If you are interested to become a professional service provider, either as a life coach or mental health coach like us, connect with Coach Rezzhel through 0917-586-1661 to know more about the Actively Co-Create Life Coach certification program by Master Coach Coach A. We are now accepting application for mental health certification and internship program with limited slots. So make sure you make the reservation with Coach Rezzhel. So join us back tomorrow, same time and same digital space for episode 170 with the topic Mentally Healthy Holiday by Coach Colleen or Coach C. Decaf Coffee Republic is located inside Pioneer Center compound or widely known as PC. We are just across Bayanihan Center in Pioneer Road, Brixton, and United Streets in Capitolio, Pasig City. Once again, this is Life Coach Cherry, mentally fit to serve in behalf of Life Coach Philippines. This is us in the Philippines. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. Love, bam, boom. See you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.